Welcome back to AFTV. It's now time for the Predicted 11 video, and we're going to keep it the same format as we've been doing over the past couple of weeks, where Lee will pick his 11 that he wants to see, Julian will pick the 11 that he wants to see, and I'll try and decipher and figure out what Mikel Arteta will likely go with on Tuesday night against Sevilla. Now, there's going to be some big questions. Does Tomiyasu come in after the performance, against Chelsea? Does he come in over either Ben White or Zinchenko? Bukayo Saka, do you start him? There's always been debate about, do we rest him for other games? Will he start? Thomas Partey didn't have any minutes against Chelsea. Would you have him in the side? I think there's a lot to talk about, and obviously the main one that I know Lee and Julian are kind of delve into a little bit, the goalkeeper decision. Is it going to be Ramsdale? Is it going to be Raya? Let's find out what they think and who they want to see. Come on, let's bring Lee in. Come on in. All right, Lee. Well, 2 weeks in a row, or 2 2 games in a row, Arteta's got it right with the subs coming on to effect in the game. Yeah. I'll be intrigued to see who you want to see start against Seville come Tuesday night in the Champions League. Give us your 11. Yeah,
so the substitutions I think will make a difference as well. Hopefully not as influential as the last couple of games, but I'm going to go for Aaron Ramsdale in goal. Surprise, surprise.
You're bringing him back in? He trained this morning as well.
Yeah, if Arteta is true to his word about form and everything like that, then Ramsdale comes straight back in for this one. I'm afraid Raya's just not been good enough in the games that he's played, in my opinion. So Ramsdale in goal. Mm-hmm. Ben White right back. I thought that's probably Ben's worst game against Chelsea. Hopefully he's dyed his hair by now back to its original colour, and that will be more of a benefit for everybody concerned.
You don't like it? I like it.
Well, I don't like people with hair. And then when they do things like that with it, abuse it. Don't abuse your hair, Ben. Like, you know what I mean? Look after it.
Yeah, fair.
And I'll tell you what, too much bleach isn't a good look. I know. So I'll go Ben White right back. I think one bad game deserves to still continue. Yep. Central defence, I think, is sound. I thought Gabriel, I thought was probably our best defender at the weekend. So him and Saliba there. And at left back, I'm going to go for Tomiyasu on this one.
Ooh.
Reason being, I'm going for Tomiyasu is I just think that Zinchenko's out of form. I don't know why. That he's not been at his best, and every time that I've seen Tomiyasu this season, it's been immense. I thought again against Chelsea proved what he can do. I think he's been very, very good. And when it's not just the goalkeepers. If I'll be honest, if other players are in form and pushing and knocking for a place in the team, they should get it, and deservedly if they're playing well. And I think that he's done more than enough to deserve a start.
Fair enough. But going to the midfield, who's your midfield three?
At the base, Thomas Partey.
Yep.
I think. I do believe that he was left out against Chelsea because he can't do 3 games in 7 days. This is important that we don't lose this game. Of course, he's used to playing on grounds like this, of course, because he used to play in Spain. So for me, he plays at the base of it. No surprises on the other two, like Declan Rice and captain Martin Odegaard. Listen, he wasn't great at the weekend, Odegaard, but he's got enough credit in the bank to deserve at least another few games. So I'm going to go for that in midfield.
Okay, front three?
Front three, Saka on the right.
Yep.
Jesus down the middle, and Martinelli on the left. Okay. And I think that's our best team on paper.
No Trossard, no Eddie, no?
No, like Trossard for me is an impact player. I think that comes in and done, as he was very, very good at the weekend, what he does. If we need a goal, then he comes in. The same for Eddie. But in my opinion, that's our best side. Probably with Zinchenko when he's in form. But at the moment, that's what I'm going to go with.
All right, thank you very much, Lee. Let's hear from Julian. All right, Julian, time to hear the 11 that you want to see. Let's start. Who's going to go for you?
I was thinking about Ramsdale, but after the criticism that Raya got, I don't want it to be perceived that he's been dropped. So I'm going to go with Raya in goal. Mm-hmm. At right back, I'm going to keep with Ben White. Yep. Centre halves, as far as I'm concerned, pick themselves. Left back, Tomiyasu. Now, I think Tomiyasu for this particular game, I'm expecting them to come on to us. I still think they're going to have that new manager bounce. They have got to win this game. Mm-hmm. If they don't win, they are in serious trouble of not even qualifying in second place. Yeah. And for the pot one team to be in that position, they have to go for it. So I think we need Tomiyasu at left back.
Okay. In the midfield, who you got for the midfield three?
Okay, I will start with Declan Rice. Odegaard, because he's just got to play. I know he was pretty anonymous on Saturday, but I don't remember him having 2 bad games in a row.
Okay.
And the fact that he didn't play well, I think he'll be really up for it, really motivated. Now, in the left 8, I've been thinking about this. I'm going to go with Zinchenko. And the reason being is that I did think he didn't play well and he was the weak link, and he was absolutely right to be brought off at half time. But in games like that where we're going to be put under pressure, I don't think he's a left back. I really think that he's a midfield player, and that he can give that creativity and the stability on the left. Up front, I'd have Jesus in the middle.
Yep.
On the left, for me, has to be Martinelli.
Okay. Yep.
Martinelli, absolutely on form. One of my favourite, if not my favourite player. On the right, I will have Saka, because if I'm going to rest him, I'd rest him on Saturday, not tomorrow.
Okay, so you've gone Martinelli as well. Even though Trossard come on and got the goal against Chelsea, doesn't phase you. Think Martinelli still stays and keeps his place?
It's close, but for me, Martinelli was the man of the match. I was really surprised that he was the one that was taken off and not Saka.
Okay. Well, okay. Zinchenko in the middle is a different one for me when you have the likes of Kai Havertz and that on the bench. But that's who you want to see come Tuesday. Let's see what I think Arteta is going to go with. Thank you very much, Julian. Okay, so we've heard from Lee and Julian on what they want to see on Tuesday against Sevilla. Now, for me, trying to predict what Arteta is going to go with is always difficult. But I'm going to try and do it and get into his shoes, into his brain, and figure out what he's going to go with. I think he's going to start with David Raya in goal. I'll be real. I know people are going to say Ramsdale and off the performance against Chelsea that he should start, but knowing Mikel Arteta and the way he is, I think Julian was spot on when he says I don't think he's going to want to drop him after a game like that. I think he's going to be stubborn and stick to David Raya. I think he believes he is the number 1 goalkeeper. As much as I actually feel Ramsdale should play, not in this game, I think he should start come Saturday, but I think Arteta will stick with David Raya in goal. Right back, with his new white hair that Lee's not a fan of, I think Ben White keeps his place. Didn't have a great game against Chelsea at all. Misplacing the passes and everything, and defensively wasn't great, but I think he keeps his position on Tuesday. And also he's so important, I think, when it comes to Bukayo Saka and the build-up, so I think he keeps his place there. The centre-back pairing, like Julian said, it picks itself. Gabriel and Saliba, don't really say too much about them. They are, there's not enough words to describe how amazing that partnership is. So they keep their place. And Tomiyasu left back, it's funny because Lee said it, Julian said it, and I thought that was a bit of a wild card, but I actually think Tomiyasu keeps his place after his performance against Chelsea. I think Zinchenko does get dropped because I think Arteta looks at this, it's an away game against Seville. He needs to be defensively sound. Tomiyasu brings that. He's definitely strong when it comes to defending against his opponent. I think he's very trusted. And if people remember, when he came on against City, he can do that inverted role. He can break forward because he inevitably, he actually helped get the goal against Manchester City. So I think Tomiyasu can play inverted as well, but I think he's going to be kept and starting on Tuesday because of his defensive soundness against Seville. In the midfield, keep it very simple. I'm going to agree with Lee. Thomas Partey at the base, Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. I think that's our strongest 3. I think that's what all the fans want to see. I think a lot of fans agree that is our strongest 3 in the midfield, and I think that's what he'll go with. Zinchenko in the midfield. Julian had his points, but I think Zinchenko is great left back because teams can't prepare for that because he floats into that midfield. I think if you put him there, I don't know, I just don't see that working. So I think that midfield 3 that me and Lee are going with, I think will be the one that Arteta goes with as well. And then the front 3, Bukayo Saka on the right, up front Jesus, and on the left Martinelli as well. I think again that is our strongest 3 as well, attacking wise. So I think that's what he's going to go with. I think he understands that he knows he needs to get a win, he needs to hit them fast. I know we didn't see that too much against Chelsea, but we're going to need to see that against Seville this Tuesday. So I think that'll be the 11 that Mikel Arteta goes with. Obviously Partey was rested as well, so I expect to see him in this game on Tuesday. But that is what I think Mikel Arteta will go with. Let us know what you think Arteta will go with, or do the other side and say what you think that you want to see. Let us know in the comments below. Also, build your 11 on the AFTV Plus app. Send it to us. Tag us on Instagram. Tag us on Twitter, and hopefully we can add that to the build-up show on the weekend. On Tuesday against Seville. Thank you very much. I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Peace.